Welcome to the Wank Meter. Today we're taking a look at the first Sonic the Hedgehog live action movie. And I do want to make it clear that this isn't my first time watching it because I have seen it on Valentine's Day. And I gotta say, this is like an okay type of film. I know for sure that Sonic definitely has a huge fan base since it's been out for quite some decades now. I myself included in the army, not to ruin all of the Mario fans out there. But anyway, Sonic 1 I know for sure wasn't going to be expecting as much, but hey, it's the beginning of the movie franchise. And just keep in mind that I will get into spoilers here eventually, so if you haven't seen the movie yet or haven't heard of it, then I highly recommend you to not watch this video. But putting that aside, there is a blue alien creature named Sonic the Hedgehog. I guess that's what the film is calling this hedgehog apparently, whose guardian named Longclaw has been killed by the Echidna tribe, and now Sonic has to find a new life on Earth in order to avoid the dangers of the human impact around him apparently. Now the problem here is the villain Eggman, who is the villain of the entire Sonic franchise, is working for Commander Walters along with Agent Stone because because Sonic obviously was the one that made a sonic boom that one midnight during the baseball scene where he ran around the bases really fast and a huge explosion just popped up. So now Dr. Eggman is trying to get rid of him for that by using the power of his quills, which are full of electrifying power that give him like the same speed as was Sonic, how fast Sonic would have gone. I think one of the best scenes I have noticed the entire movie was just basically the chaos control scenes because like it is very funny how this is even happening because like people were just like confused as to like, oh well, how did he manage to freeze time and do all these weird stuff around the environment with like maybe the bar scene like the biggest point of the entire film. Like that, like the chaos control scenes were very weird to me. Like just because like I watched it like many times and still couldn't understand like why did why did it happen, like how did it happen. But anyway, putting that aside, Jim Carrey is really good at playing the role here. And I think like one of the funniest scenes I've seen out of him was definitely where he was dancing in his own lab with like Evil Glow's playing. I believe that's what the song was, and Agent Stone giving him a latte. Like that's my top highlight of the film. Now, of course, Sonic 1 is dedicated to the first Sonic game back in 1991, with plenty of old references, like Wings being the biggest example. There's like a hilltop road sign, which is like a reference to like Sonic 2. Like, I know Sonic 1 is not going to be like the only major game that's dedicated to references and all that. There is more to be found throughout the film, and I honestly like those Easter eggs that everyone find, especially the secret character being at the end of the film. And I'm not gonna tell you that that's going to be like maybe like the most important thing since of course he's going to be in the sequel, which I'll do a review on next. But that was like the best part about discovering the Sonic movie. But not only that, I will admit that I almost fell asleep doing like maybe like half of the film because I got pretty bored by like where I was watching until eventually I got to like half of the film, and then I was able to like I somehow just my mind was like wide awake, and now I was ready to enjoy the laughs off of Sonic and Eggman. And I honestly think in Sonic and Eggman like interacting with each other was like the best part because that's of course like that's how it is in like the games, and I think that's one of the most important things as well. But the rest of the movie does seem pretty fine to me. I think the action right here is actually pretty solid, especially with like some weapons that Sonic can do. Definitely with the power of his electricity, like the spin dash, just running around all of the places like it's supposed to be a Sonic level or something. and like Dr. Eggman using the power of the quill to keep keep up with him and all that. And of course, they brought in the finale as well with Tom and Sonic just recognizing that they're supposed to be friends, and now Sonic defeats Eggman, and everything goes back to normal, and now he gets to live on Earth. So, putting Sonic the Hedgehog movie live action part 1 into the rank meter, I might give it like an A rank. I think it's especially enjoyable, especially for those that are like a huge Sonic fan like me, or if you're like entirely new to the Sonic franchise, which I know the majority of the people are probably going to be. You'll still get to like enjoy the masterpiece, which I'd say is like an okay start. It's not exactly. I know every film's not going to be perfect, but I will do a review on Sonic 2, which will probably be like a source of improvement, and also Sonic 3, which will be released on Christmas Day. But anyways, that is all I have for you today. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and comment on your reactions about the first Sonic movie. They can be good, they can be bad. Nobody's all perfect about like opinions or anything. We're just here to do some good old reviews and just share opinions with everyone around the world. And I do stream on Twitch. I know I haven't been streaming that much recently on my Twitch since I was, pretty much just taking a break from it. But the streams on Twitch are limited to watch up to 7 days. After 7 days, they will be vanished. So, and depending on the stream, on like whether it's like a gameplay of me playing something, or if it's like, I don't know, anything dedicated to online gaming and all that, that will get uploaded to YouTube, so you guys won't miss out. Just like I did for Sonic X Shadow Generations, all of that got uploaded to YouTube, and there is a rank meter review video on that. If you haven't checked that out yet, I highly recommend you do so. The link down to that will be in the description. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed all of it today. I'm pretty much just gonna, keep on doing reviews. And I also did do a Crash Bandicoot speed one if you guys want to check that out too. But, besides all of that, that is all I got for you guys today. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Welcome to the Wayne Meter. Today we're doing a review on Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the direct sequel to the first Sonic film. Yesterday I did watch it, and oh yeah, it is full of improvements. If you haven't seen the review on, I think, what I did for Sonic 1 first, then I highly recommend you do it before reviewing the sequel, or not, you don't really have to. But a link to the first review on the Sonic movie will be in the description down below. But enough of the announcements right now. Let's get ahead and go into what the story is about. So, this takes place after the events of the first Sonic film, where Eggman is sent to the Mushroom Planet, and now he's trying to find his way back to Earth to get his revenge on Sonic after failing the first boss of the finale of the first Sonic film. But he does encounter a new character along his way of coming back. Knuckles, the echidna of the and the leader of the warrior tribe, the echidnas. I'm sure, of course, that's a Sonic Adventure reference. Who finds a blue quill that's dedicated to Sonic's, and Eggman will show him where he is so that Eggman can finally have his revenge on Sonic. Meanwhile, Sonic is enjoying his life after defeating Eggman, but eventually there is also a character that came after the first Sonic movie, and now he's back in the second one, Tails, who is absolutely one of my favorite characters in the franchise, just because of not only how fun, but how smart he is. He uses his navigator to track down Sonic, since apparently he's known him since the scene at the baseball stadium for the first film, where the explosion had a high impact on his home, which I guess is a satellite, I suppose. Not exactly a type of home I was expecting Tails to be in, per se, but hey, he's He's definitely the brains of the franchise. But also doing that, Tom and Maddie are taking a trip to Hawaii as a vacation after what they just encountered in the first film, and also for Rachel's wedding, where she's gonna get married to Randall. I believe that's what his name was. But the main thing in the film here is there is a Master Emerald that Sonic has seen on his map that he has never seen before. And Longclaw basically explains to him that this Master Emerald gives people's thoughts into power. And Sonic now has to get to the Emerald before Knuckles and Eggman decide to use it. But it turns out Eggman was only using Knuckles to gain his revenge on Sonic by using the power of the Master Emerald to create the ultimate Death Egg robot with the power of the Master Emerald. But now it was a 2v2 with Sonic and Tails versus Knuckles and Eggman. It was basically a race. I kind of figured like maybe Tails would fight at some point. I guess he's just the advisor to like help him around, I guess. But that doesn't really matter. I don't really want to mention the Hawaii vacation trip, even though I just did earlier, because it kind of didn't really do much to it. It was just like a little side mission for them, I suppose. But I guess humans are supposed to be funny, I guess, with, of course, Rachel wrecking down the wedding and all that, which is funny, don't get me wrong. But it kind of did nothing other than Tom and Maddie help Tails after he's tried to fly to Sonic, but now it's Sonic's time to do what's best for him, which is something the film also adapts as well. This film this time teaches people about responsibility for a hero, about only caring about for the people around you instead of just caring about yourself. That's basically what Knuckles was dealing with as well, so now Sonic and Knuckles are friends, and now all three of the characters joined up on the final fight with the Death Egg robot. And it was real fun to watch too. And the action is actually more satisfying to look at, especially with characters fighting at the finale. I actually enjoyed looking at the cinematic history of this fight. And I will say one of my favorite scenes is actually, of course, with Jim Carrey as a man. He uses the power of the Master Emerald to transport back to the Mean Bean Coffee place where Agent Stone is being held there by Wade, and then he starts to use his robot voice with "I'm upgraded." That's still one of my favorite scenes out of that movie. I don't really have any major complaints aside from the human side mission that I mentioned earlier. And of course, this film is dedicated to Sonic 2 back in 1992. And there is, of course, some Easter eggs, which is plenty of Easter eggs to find. And that was honestly the best part of like every video game film, is just finding good old references back in the day. And this film actually did get nominated as the best video game movie of the year back at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards 2 years ago. So congrats to that film for accomplishing that goal. So putting Sonic the Hedgehog 2 into the rank meter, I might give it an A rank still, but it is still close to an S rank. I think it is very wonderful. I still highly recommend people to watch it, even if you're not a huge Sonic fan like me. You'll still get to enjoy pretty much every moment out of the second film. And I don't know if anybody else has been announced yet in the recent, I guess it was in the recent video I did. I will be uploading the review on Sonic 3 on Christmas Day. And I'm probably gonna, for the Knuckles show, it will probably be released the day after Christmas. So it will be like sort of like a bonus type of review. On the 24th, this will get uploaded, so make sure you stay on the 24th to make sure that is up and running. And I will be streaming on Twitch soon. I know college for me is going to be starting soon, so I will do my best to find a good time time to film or stream, so you guys can come out and bring in some Christmas spirit. And I don't really have much to say. That's all I wanted to talk about today is Sonic 2, since I know, of course, this isn't my first time watching it, since I really do love the Sonic franchise as much as all the other people do out there. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to stay kind, share kindness, and bless people for those in need. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Merry Christmas to all of those out there, and welcome to the Wank Meter. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful Christmas today. I know it's kind of late, I'm tardy to the party around my Wank Meter video, but welcome to the Wank Meter. Today, we're taking a look at Sonic 3. I did see this 4 days ago, which is on Saturday, the day before the official release of it. And oh yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I know Shadow has its fans out there. I actually did like Shadow back when I was playing Shadow the Hedgehog for the GameCube, and it was very good because I know Keanu Reeves is of course in it, and that was the huge break of the film since he plays as John Wick in the John Wick movies. I'm sure most people have seen like maybe one or two John Wick movies or maybe the entire series. But I also like seeing Shadow in the action here. But we're all not here to drool over Shadow or anything. We're actually gonna go ahead and get right into the story here. But of course, there's gonna be spoilers for those that haven't seen it yet. If you haven't watched this movie yet, then I highly recommend you to not watch the video first before seeing the movie first, since I know people will always like trying to spoil everything about the film before like in even premiere. Like there was like a huge outbreak there. But anyway, so this takes place after the events of Sonic 2, where the Death Egg robot is defeated by Supersonic, and Dr. Eggman has been confirmed that he's officially dead. Or so you think. That's actually only the tip of the iceberg of the events, but let's go ahead and see like what the beginning is all about. So Sonic and the gang are still celebrating their victory royale, I suppose, and today is actually Sonic's birthday, which is celebrating his, I guess it was the 3 or 2 years of visiting Earth for the first time, which of course that he did in the first film. And they're all having a wonderful time, all that, enjoying some cake maybe, and just congratulating him for like saving the world over and over, along with the Tails and Knuckles that he has with him. And meanwhile, while all that is happening, we're heading to Prison Island, which is of course a level reference of Sonic Adventure 2. And that's what the entire movie is based on most of the time. And of course, I remember Sonic Adventure 2 Battle being a classic banger back in the day. But anyway, Gun has a top secret military weapon, which was mentioned at the very end of the second film. They have a huge project that has never been released 50 years ago. And this project was known as the Ultimate Life Form, and that was created by Professor Gerald Robotnik. His name is Shadow the Hedgehog, and he is like one of the most powerful characters in the Sonic franchise. And once Shadow has a wonderful life with Maria. This was like one of his backstories as to why he was like an anti-hero per se. He had a best friend named Maria who was really excited for him to be released into the world to see what he has to offer for everybody. But apparently the gun soldiers had a little temper tantrum over that, and so Shadow and Maria were running away, but unfortunately Maria was left and the gun soldiers had shot her. and that was the backstory. So now Shadow is made. He was evil at first, and once again, this is a Sonic Adventure 2 story. So that's the only reason why he's evil is because he wants to get revenge on the gun soldiers that have shot her best friend. And I'm assuming maybe one of the gun soldiers that actually is related to like Sonic or something like that actually shot Maria, which is the only reason why he's going after them in the first place. And I actually do like seeing Sonic and Shadow together. I'm sure that's like the most iconic duo ever. Just because like it has a bunch of action. I actually do like the action here. Of course, I do remember Shadow being on the Dark Rider back in the mid 2000s with Sonic 06 and all that, and of course a Team Sonic reference, which is like one of my favorite games from back in the day. But anyway, they have and Team Sonic has to fight Shadow and stop him before he decides to use his powers for evil and finally get his revenge for the death of Maria. This movie also does teach people about the importance of working together as a team to achieve the impossible. And that's actually what I really liked about the film, because of course there's always something to learn from. Like, not exactly, like, that's not even something like Darman will be able to do for like a Darman video without like actually learning in reality. And Jim Carrey is actually playing as two people this time. He is playing as, of course, per usual, Dr. A-Man, which that's actually one of the best things about the Sonic franchise, and also plays as his grandfather from Sonic Adventure 2, Gerald Robotnik. I think that's like one of the best like moments out of Jim Carrey in my life. Because especially with the laser room scene. Especially like I think what they were trying to do for it is like start doing like one of he almost tried to do like the default dances along with the along with one of these moves. Like that was I kind of was felt unexpected from there. So that was definitely one of my favorite scenes out of Jim Carrey so far, and this might actually be one of my favorite movies with Jim Carrey in it. Who knows? But I don't really have any minor complaints about it per se. I think what they should have done was like make Shadow Story a little more accurate to Sonic Adventure 2, since Sonic Adventure 2 is actually a more accurate story of how Shadow became the person he is today. And it's actually and the one from the live action one is actually more darker than the original concept. Like that felt really crazy. It was no wonder this was a PG-13 rated film. But anyway, I think and of course it's dedicated to the Sonic Adventure 2 story. If you guys have been in like the early 2000s for a long time, you definitely remember playing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Like that was like over the top fame of the Sonic universe. It's one of the most popular games right now. And of course, I do remember playing it as mentioned earlier, since that was like an absolute banger back in the day on my Xbox 360. And we would like to take a moment for Sonic Movie 3 to congratulate it because it actually crushed like one of the new Disney live action movies that came out, which is actually the sequel to the Lion King, or is probably a prequel to the Lion King, but it's actually Mufasa. Mufasa was like supposed to be one of the biggest movies out there, but Sonic Movie 3 came out and it absolutely tripped it over. Like, so a round of applause to Sonic Movie 3 for accomplishing that goal. And sorry for all those Disney fans out there. Didn't mean to start you in tears. But putting Sonic the Hedgehog 3 into the rank meter, I'm giving this like a straight up S rank. I definitely enjoyed it, and of course, I know children are going to be entertained by this film, but it is kind of dark and it has like some horrific scenes, so just be cautious for those that want to take their children to go see it. And I just wanted to share this review a little bit since I am still a huge Sonic fan as of today. But also, it is Christmas right now, which is why I'm willing to Santa hat as a matter of fact. So, Merry Christmas to all those out there celebrating the holidays. Hopefully, you guys like enjoy your gifts, but also enjoy spending time with the ones you love the most. And make sure to stay kind, share kindness, and bless those in need. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this. I am going to work on the Knuckles show, but there's been like a slight change of plans, like trying to get down 24th. So this will be released the day after Christmas. So you should expect the compilation by maybe the end of the week. Who knows? And that's pretty much the announcement I have for you guys today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.